Okay, let's do this. Everybody, welcome to Live Behind the Scenes. My name is Prince and Vessel. Now, today we have a very special guest, Adjele-Bi Darku. He's a professional MC, he's a professional voiceover artist, a professional radio presenter. And when I posted on the page that you are coming on today, Charlie, a lot of people were excited. Hey,
Ah,
yeah.
really? I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
just gonna pay, yeah, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah. And I really enjoy your work, bro. I like to see you in action as an MC. When I see you, I'm like, is it the same person? Is that a
no,
Jelly Charlie?
it's me, it's me.
Like you said earlier, you gotta get into character because when you're on
Yes,
stage as an MC, you're a whole different person. I'm like, wow.
yeah, it's a character play. I'm a very, very quiet, reserved guy, but when it comes to like playing roles out of scripts, I just have to put in that character and act because like once I get off the microphone, I feel like I'm a nobody again. Can you imagine when I go to these places to MC at nights in the clubs and all of, and when they see me at nights, they're able to recognize me with my branding, my cap, my hats, and how like the dresses that I wear, my vintage clothing and all that. But when they see me in the morning, they just pass by. They
Yeah,
pass.
yeah, yeah,
They don't recognize me like, was this the guy who was there last night? They don't recognize me anyway. I
yeah,
work with
yeah.
in our other company. He was like, I know you somewhere. I said you don't. And it's like your voice. So if I'm not talking to the microphone at that time, he wouldn't have known me because he's been seeing me at work all of this time. But he never approached to say that I know you because he feels like he doesn't know me. Until I started talking to the microphone, I was like, I know this voice somewhere. I've heard it somewhere. Like, yeah, this guy who come here. I said, oh, yes, I'm the one. I said, oh, really? I've been here for the past 2 years and I didn't know you are my colleague. I said,
Wow, wow.
yeah.
Different
So
character. Yeah, yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into voiceovers? How did you become an MC and then a radio presenter?
Yes, my name is Adjele-Bi Darku. Adjele-Bi simply means Adjele Shout Darku. But my real name is Philip Ne Darku Ankara. I hardly mention my name. I hardly mention my real name, but everybody is because you're always in character, so you don't want people to know your real name. But I think it's part of the branding. So
Okay.
Adjele is my name. I think from childhood, I've always wanted to be in the media space. And one of the things that actually got my attention in media is that, these folks, when they come on TV, they become famous. So I remember when I got to GIJ and they asked why I decided to do journalism. I told them I want to be famous. And because I believe that when you're famous, it actually brings you a lot of brand association and people want to get to know you, associate themselves with you. You will even get to the point that you don't use your money to buy food, attire, shoes, anything again. So that was like, wow. And then I think this is okay. So for me, while people were thinking about society, I want to become a journalist to help society, whatever. The first thing I thought about was for myself. I think that's how selfish I was at the time. I was just I was just thinking about me because I didn't know that journalism spurs loyalty to society. So when I go to school, in fact, I didn't even know that I could even become a radio presenter or a voiceover artist. There was an opportunity at Radio GIJ, that's our school's campus-based radio station, and I joined. And I think my first time reading the news was horrible.
Wow.
And yeah, it was so horrible. I was shaking, when I was
Wow.
and all that. Yeah. So I think after the post-production and everything, one of my senior colleagues just approached me. You know what? Despite everything, I think you have a good voice. You should just focus on radio. I said, oh, really? And
I think I would have shake to the first time. Yeah. Charlie.
I just laughed. I said, yes. I mean, despite the fumbling and the shaky voice, I think you have a good voice, and you should focus on radio. And I said, okay, all right. So that was it for me. It was all through radio. Radio gave me the power to know my voice. Yes, I have a good voice, they say, but I didn't know I can use it for voice acting, um, emceeing, and all these things. So when I started gaining my confidence through radio, I was given the opportunity to host the Drive with a Live show on my school's radio station at the time.
Mm.
So it gave me that space, that avenue to grow myself, to harness my skills. And so the first voiceover I did was for a friend. That's like my close friend. She was organizing an event to Cape Coast, and I decided to just voice out to do that thing. And it was like boom on campus, like, yo, Charlie, this is so good. You need to focus on that and start to do voiceover. And I was like, oh, okay. So I think I can do these things as well. And then the MCing came along the line because at that time I wanted to be in the face of the people. Aside being on radio, people
Did you
don't get to
get
see.
paid for that voiceover you did?
No, 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 I didn't. It was
That's
it
what.
was just
Okay.
so it was just for free. I was just trying to use that thing. And you know what? I for all my life, I've just been using this app. If I personally record, I use the Audacity app. So that's what we're taught at the radio station to use.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you record with your phone. I go to the studio, I recorded with my phone. I just did the editing with Audacity and the bed to it, and then it was good to go. It was flying. They were using it on the artworks and all that. I was like, okay, then this sounds good. Now I had to learn, like, just to get my inflections and everything right. So I started listening to adverts on TV, radio. Nothing interests me on radio again aside the presenter presenting and the adverts and the person doing the adverts. So I had
uh,
to listen to people, the voiceovers they are doing for all of the commercials and billboards. When I see billboards, I'll be reading them like I'm doing voiceovers. So that's
wow.
how it all started for me. At a point in time, my friends were thinking that actually, and she be board down, they're like, hey boy, and she be board down, like, boy, Adjele, emotion you, and she be board down because you are walking and you are talking, like you are walking and you are talking anyhow. You're just talking to yourself. Because you've seen a billboard that says hey this, that says hey that. You just have to read it out loud, and then you go. And you don't have to read things in my head. I've never read things in my head. I just go straight. I read out loud just to get
Yeah.
my accustomed to the words. So that's how it all started for me. It's through radio. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Amazing story there. So what again, what was your first MC gig? Say that again.
My first MC gig was in school. So
In school.
that's like yes, that's there's this GIJ Got Talent that we did, and they put me on to MC as yeah as the main MC, and then I started doing my thing. I don't know how to dance, but when it comes to MC, I have to dance a little bit, and so that's how
Ah,
it all
you don't know
started.
how to dance. I've been seeing you dancing on stage, Charlie. Ah.
So that one they forget. So if you just allow dancing that I've been doing, I don't know how to dance, but I have to try dancing. So I said it's one of the things I need to learn by the end of the year. So I try putting up the character. I always like to cover my eyes because I'm a very shy person when I'm emceeing. So I like to cover my eyes wearing dark shades so that people don't get to see my eyes. So my first MC gig was just at GIJ Jade Got Talent. That gave me my first MCing gig. And guess what? I wasn't paid for that one too.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, so for how long now have you been doing voiceovers?
Um, I would say since like 2019. Yes,
Okay.
since 2019. But I think I started professionally when I got into the mainstream media after
Mhm.
my national service in 2022. So that's when I started to learn the metrics in voiceovers. Like, in GID there's they teach you how to even do your like the inflections and all that. They teach you those things because where to circle the scripts, where you know that you have to pitch and all those things. They teach you. But guess what? Unfortunately for me, I didn't join that class. We had two lecturers teaching us that course. So my timetable that I chose was for a different lecturer. But the lecturer was actually focusing on how to read your script as a news presenter, as a voiceover artist, get your inflections right. This way you need to pause as a presenter. This way you need to go high. This way you need to go low. that class. So I got Grace Bachman. Grace Bachman was my classmate in school. So, she actually, I think she
Oh,
joined that
okay.
class, and most of the times I I learned one or two things from her as well. So yeah,
Yeah, she's also very good.
yeah,
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah. So, what script do you have for us today? Let's jump into that.
So I found this script. It's intriguing anyway. It's
Okay, okay, okay. This is the first
it's
on the show. Wow.
it's how I was searching for all of my scripts, and this is what came for me. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, let me just go through. I just want to share my screen now. Let me just go through this script. It's it's a Wakana script that I did last last year, December.
Okay.
And one of the things I also do is that I read SMS messages. So like any promo message from Telecel, any promo message from MTN, I read it as like
You
as so when I see Telecel message, you know, I just take up the script and I read it like that.
you read it out loud.
Yes, I read it out loud like this.
Uh,
So this is the script I have. I
wow.
transcribed this script actually. I did
Okay.
it. One of the challenge in with these organizations is that they don't tell you how they want the voice to be like, whether it should go high,
Yeah.
whether it should go. So you as the voiceover artist, what you need to do is to first of all understand the script. You have to look at the target audience. You
Hmm.
have to look at what the script is saying and what the script actually wants to achieve.
Yeah. Okay.
So with this one, this will go. I think that they were more looking at because we've already done the English side of it, so they were more looking at the common Ghanaian who really don't understand like the traveling and what amount to them. So I need to picture myself as me talking to like like somebody who has not gone to university, but they've been able to go to SHS, but they understand the vibe. So
Okay.
that is
Okay.
I took this script. Um, who do you want me to how do I even share mine? Wow. So must I what's the next thing to do? Should I go through the script and then read it for the record?
Yes. Yes, yes. So we just want to. So when you see a script for the first time, what's your process like? What do you do?
I first of all take my time. Um, I I understand the script. I go through the script to see what the script is saying, and then I look at where I need to emphasize and where I need not to emphasize. So when you check this one, they are looking at they said connection man. So
Hmm.
the connection man something is something I would do.
Yeah.
So I emphasized on the connection man word here, and then I also came down to this place. So at this place, if you have actually heard this voice on when you realize that I was emphasizing on the scam that people do, like Shema Obie ni Usika Bio.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like do not let people scam you again.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, the emphasis were very like it was so clear here from that side to the last word, and then them getting to the latter parts. I just had to tune down a little bit to get to the conversational mode. So I don't rush my script. I make sure that I get the script either hours later to record, or I get it a day before the recording, so I can
Yeah.
be able to listen to it. So
So
that's
do
how
you
that
so do you
yes,
mic the script? Do you do any markings on the script before you read?
Yes, I do markings on the scripts. I do markings on the scripts, but because most of the times we don't print these scripts out. We read from our phones.
Hmm.
You have to do the markings in your head.
Okay. Okay.
You rehearse a lot of times. I'm not a one take person. No, I don't
Mm.
do I can't do one take then I go. No, I make sure when I get if I when I'm even recording in our office, like my sound engineer sometimes get frustrated at things because he's like we will listen and we'll be like, oh, it's okay. And I'm like, yo, happy, I don't think this one there, Charlie, they sound right. Or like
Yeah. Yeah.
so he doesn't like to see me sitting in the studio when he's editing. Because you're like, no, go, I'll send it to you. Because I want to be there for you to edit. I want to see what you're doing. Like if I say that this thing they are doing, I need to change the whole thing, then I change it again. So these technical people, because they are also in a hurry to finish up the work and do what they want to do. They also just they go with their normal routine. They take their time to add the filters and everything to it, and you are good to go. But you, the person who had done the recording, when you are actually recording, you have your flows already in your head. But sometimes that's not what actually comes out when you're done recording. So you be like, okay, I should have done this rather instead of this. And
Yeah.
you have to. So when we are done, and then I listen to myself, like, okay, then this is okay. This might not to go. So I do about 2, 3 takes, or even up to like 4 takes or 5. Then I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. So, what gears do you use for your recording? What equipment do you use?
So for me, I mostly I mostly use the studio recordings. I just come to Happy FM, and then I use their microphone. That's when it's just for like a company thing or anything of that sort. But mostly there's this what's the name? There's Audio Box Go. That's for like most of the my guys use when I go to his place. I have a personal like sound engineer who does my recording for me. So he uses like Audio Box. So is it that I do the recording myself at my end? That's when when he's not around, I have a then what's the name? I've forgotten the name of that thing. It's like a recorder. The journalists use it a lot at that time, like these radio presenters when they are going to do newscasting and they don't have it's a recorder that they use for their news. So
Yeah. Yeah. Forgotten that name, right?
I use that to do my voiceovers at home. So I find myself in a very like small booth that I have. I just put myself into it and I do my recording with that thing, and then come and try download it on my laptop, work on it a little bit, do the cuttings, and then send it to him. So he will do the featuring and everything that. So most of the time I go to him to do the recording, but if he's not there, I just use my own style and I get it done.
Oh, okay. So do you do any warm-ups before recording and then prep?
Do a lot of warm-ups. Hey,
It, it,
sometimes I even sing. I sing.
wow.
I sing. Sometimes I sing. Like I just need to test the voice. I just need to test it. So I either have to be doing a lot of things. Um, I either do what either I sing, I try to test the voice if I have to pitch, like do some form of um high entertainment kind of vibe, voice over. So you need to put up some form of energy. So I go high at that point in time. But if it's low, I just be talking on a low, like you're talking to me, but I'm giving you a low vibe because maybe that's how the script is telling me to do. So that's how I prep myself. I start to do all of those things. Like maybe I just go, mm, uh,
Ah.
oh, oh, uh, uh. Just that, like I just be doing those things just to get my voice or like on point. So um basically that's what I do. If I need to sing, I sing. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Okay, so let's jump into the recording. I can't tell how many takes you're going to take. So you record your best take, we'll edit, then that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still sharing the script, right? So now I need to share the script for the app that I use, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm still the old school guy. I still use Audacity. Oh, sorry, but my sound engineer used Cubase 5. That
Yeah.
though is everything, but he's been trying to teach me how to use that app. He's been trying to teach me how to use it. But I know people they'll not teach you everything they know.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's the only thing he does. The moment he teaches me, like he's gone. I'll not need him again. So bro,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
so it's like I either stick to my dad.
Audacity is easy to use, man. That was my first love.
And I don't do too much on Audacity. I don't do too much at all. It's the effects, the volume and compressions that I use. Maybe I pitch and tempo, those things. And sometimes it's just the volume and the compressions that I use. That's all because he's going to do the pitching and all those things, and I'm okay.
Mm,
So I don't do too much on Audacity at all. I don't do too much.
yeah, yeah. Audacity is very easy to use.
Yes, 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 yes. Very, very easy.
Yeah.
Very, very. And unfortunately, this is actually the old version of it, because it's been upgraded.
Oh,
Upgraded. So let me just have to share this my um go back to this. I'm coming to record my first script, which is the Waka now. Um, so and one thing I must say is that some of these scripts also they come in characters. So if you are it's a dialogue, and the dialogues are even more simple than the mono ones, because those ones is like you're just having a normal conversation. You don't need like too much to like the flows and inflections. You don't need all of those things in the dialogue. It's just you having a conversation with somebody, but it's really hard to flow, in that sense though. But the mono ones that you have to do, like, and enjoy this, enjoy that, like we are coming to you, like those things are
mhm.
more like they are more troublesome than the dialogue ones.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a colleague here, when I call him for dialogue, he really like it. But when you call him to come and do a solo ones, like he's like, because he's now picking up, he's now learning to become a voiceover artist. So he always trying to find it difficult to get his inflections right, and that's a problem for him. But if you call him for dialogue, he will just go for you. So I'm gonna go straight for it to record it. I have to look on my phone for the script. There's no way I can share both the script and on this side as well, right?
Mm.
I'm asking, there's no way I can share the
Uh,
script
the script is
on
is it is it on your laptop?
my laptop.
I think you can just read it on from your phone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this is my process. I look at it like la la sulala wa punto at the idea wall. So I'm just trying to get my my lips to get the words right. So I don't read it like I'm trying to read a voiceover or anything of that sort. So la sulala on the idea wall. Connection man, name you send the brain. It's a chairman. And then I wow. Yɛde fa Nana Akosua ani ase wɔ internet yi so. Ɛberɛ a ɔhwɛ obi ama ne nsa aka ne visa ɔde bɛkɔ Dubai. Hwɛ ma obi a ɛde wo sika bio. So meka kɔ www.wakanow.com. Na anya flight ticket a ne boɔ ɔfo paa yie. Hope hotel bookings are effect. And I'm one there when you are going to one. And it's not to me kind of friend 0242 435 515. Download the Waka app now. Download the Waka app. Download the Waka now app no. And now she may say to say Wakra, Kumasi, Takradi, Litamali, Waka now, Yanko. So imagine I'm trying to read it for the first time without even going through the scripts. I'm going to still fumble and get my things wrong
Yeah.
because I don't even know how I'll take all of these things again. So now begin to process everything. So now I look at where I'm going to be highlighting, where I'm going to be placing the emphasis on. So I just say connection man.
So because you're not recording now, can you share the script so that so that we all see?
Okay, okay, right. So right. So then I start to read again. Like I want to do the voiceover again. So this is what I do. Oh, I breathe in and I breathe out. Okay, let's go. La la su la la wa kwentu ma be de wo ho. Connection man ni mu se bebre. Eti chairman, adan na wa ho. Jadi fa na kodwo ni ase wo internet ya so. Emra o hwe obi amana bo ama ne sanka de bisa o de be ko Dubai. Shama obi ni wisika biom. Tumika ko www.wakanow.com. Nanya flight ticket ade bo fu pa ye. Hope hotel book is efe. Ana mo biara wo nya wa kwentu mu a. Ene e sound Tumika na frɛ 0242 435 515. Download the Waka app. Download the Waka Now app no. Ana twi be ye set aside e wa Accra, Kumasi, Takrady, Litamale. Waka Now. Yenko. So this is possibly my first take actually, but I
And it
don't
sound
record.
and it sounds good already.
I don't record. I don't record it at all because I know I'll there will be some mistakes in there, so I need to correct all of them. So now when I got to this place, I was like, download the Waka Now app no. I was saying download the Waka app no. So I need to get myself with that word well. So I'll say it more than 2 times. Download the Waka Now app no. 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 Then I'm like, okay, I think I'm okay with it. Then I can start again to do my last prepping before I go to record. So I'm taking the script all over again. Now, one of the things my boss at the time, I mean, he was the programs manager at Happy FM, so he was more or less like my coach. He always say that you have to smile to the script, especially with this one that you're trying to convict somebody. You need to have some smile on your face so that the script will come to life. Unless it's like it's sorrow or the script is just telling you to be sad, then you need to go that low. But with the scripts that you're reading, you just need to be happy with the script. So you smile. So I smile. I smile to the script before I start reading. La la su la la wa kwetuma be de wo ho. Connection man ni mu se bebre. Iti chairman, adan na wa ho. Ya di fa na kodwo ni ase wo internet ya so. Emra o hwe obi amana bo ane. Emra o hwe obi amana bo ane. See. So then I come again. I'm like, I still need to get myself with the words. So now if I do the mistake, I go back to the first word. I go back to that side again and I take all over again. Yeah, the father na kodwo ni ase wo internet here so. Emra o hwe obi amana bo amani saka the visa or the call Dubai. So I'm still getting those places wrong. So that's more or less like a tree kind of thing. And me, I'm a Ghana guy. So you can see the challenge that I face if I'm to take a tree voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to put myself into that shoes, like or say between Ibra and Tem. So I stopped speaking English. It's believe me, the technical guy in the country, like it's a free. How do I go with this one? Like just speaking like maybe you are talking to me, like it should be normal. And I'll go back to it. Um, lala su lala wakotuma be de wo ho connection man mu sem bebre eti chairman adan na wa ho e di fa na ko junior si wo internet ya so ebra o hwe obi amana bo amadi saka de visa o de be ko Dubai hwema obi ni usika bio tumrika ko www.wakanow.com na flight ticket ani bo fu pa yi hope hotel book is ayefe ana mo biara wo ye wa akwantu mu a ene yesa tumrika na frɛ 0242 435 515 download the Wakanow app no ana twibe e sente sɛ wa akra Kumasi Takradi ni Tamale Wakanow yenko.
Yeah.
So that is it for me. Then I know that okay, now I'm cool with this. So I go back to the recording, going to share this on Audacity. You just press the record and then you move. So now I'm using my phone to record now. I'm watching on my phone. Lala sulala wa kwetu ma be de ewo ho. Connection man nemu se bebre. Iti chairman adan na wa ho. E de fa na ko junior si wo internet ya so. Ebra o hwe obi amana bo amade sanka de bisa o de be ko Dubai. Chama obi ni usika bio. Tumrika ko www.wakanow.com. Nanya flight ticket ani bo fu pa yi. Hope hotel book is ayefe. Ana mo biara wo nya wa kwetu mu a. Ene yesa tumrika na frɛ 0242 435 515. Download the Wakanow app no. Ana twibe sente sɛ wa akra. Kumasi Takradi ni Tamale. Wakanow yenko. So this is my take. I go back to it's to home. I know I don't need all of these things. So I just play it off before I send to my guy. I play a lala sulala wa kwetu ma be de ewo ho. Connection man nemu se bebre. So yes, of course. I mean, there's supposed to be some spacing, some like breathing space in all of the voiceovers, because we don't talk like blah 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 like that. So
Yeah.
I the spacing, but just a little bit closer, not too much. And if I see that the breathing is too much, I just cut all of those things a little bit, and then so those are the ones that I do. It's chairman. I dang that one. And if I na ko junior si wo internet ya so. Bra o hwe obi amana bo amade saka de bisa o de be ko Dubai. Chama obi ni usika bio. Tumrika ko. So I just try to the breathing space should just I minimize them a little bit, not like getting close to the other ones, just a little bit for my guy. And this is my process. Because the ones that are okay, and I know you don't need the last part here, and then I go. So I know the voice is still down. I go to the effects. And then I add up the volume and compression. So in Audacity, if you want to amplify this, I need to select the whole thing, and then if you want to amplify, you go here. Already it has given you where you should amplify to. So when I play, I do the preview and then I use it like that. Or I can increase it. I can increase it this way or decrease it that way. So I keep it like just like how Audacity has given me. Because I know if it's not too good, my guy will just work on it like it wants to. So you see, it's which we can use. Sometimes, me too, I want to do some catch things more. And if I send it to him and it's like, what you have done, I don't like it, the pitching is too much. This is -1. So, it's This ones actually would slow the voice, would make you have that kind of like bass, like too much bass in it. So
Mm.
when you're doing the negatives, it brings out the bass. And then if you are increasing it, it puts you in that kind of like the tunes. It changes the tunes for you to have the normal voice back to where you
Mm.
want it. So it's mostly for me and at either one, I keep it at yeah, just one, two at that point. I listen. Lala, sulala, wa kwe tuma de edi ewo ho. I listen and it's okay. Then that's one. So Prince, you see the monster voices that I do,
Yeah.
I only use the pitchings. So after I do like so for example, I think I still have that script in my head though. So um like I see you trembling.
Yeah.
I smell your fears. Mm, sweet, inviting. You think the walls would save you? The light will save you. Oh no. Fool, I do not create in darkness. I am the shadows, and now I am inside. So
Yeah.
at that point, I'm taking, I just want that voice to sound like that. But when I come here, I just go to the negative side to make it sound a bit more, you know, like bars and all those things, so that the voice will be much heavier
Hmm.
than my
Yeah.
I don't go too much because if you go too much, everybody realize that oh, you're using like you've done. I mean, this is not actually your real
Your real
voice. You
voice. Yeah.
what I still want my real voice to stand. I still would like to use it to keep it like how it is. So just like negative one, two, three, I'm okay with it because I know I've already done my voice to be heavy already. So
Hmm.
that's how I I do my
The
shallow edit
most. Okay.
exactly before I give it to my guy to use.
Okay. Do you remove the background noise?
Yes, I make sure there's no noise.
Okay.
In, I make sure there's no noise in the background. I mean, Audacity has a noise removal and all those things. You click, you move, but I make sure there's no like noise in the background.
Okay.
And mostly to if I want to record, I record at night.
Hmm.
At night is when like you know, for example, that script that I did the last time for those people, it was night because I know
Mm.
that's when I that bedroom. That's when that days
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
like
Yeah. When you wake up.
that was because I'm reading a monster script, so I need to get that thing natural. So I have to wait till that time to record at night, and then in fact, I recorded more than six. I had to do the recordings most of it. So per the voice, I see that I need to do that at that point in time. So I mostly make sure that there's no voice. When I clear the noise from here, if there is, now I go to audio enhancer. Now audio enhancer is an online audio thing. It's just Adobe audio enhancer. So you go there and then it will just puts the voice in like a studio mode for you. Like you actually recorded with a proper microphone for it to sound like that. So AI sometimes helps in voice acting. Yeah, yeah, AI tools that will help with the editing. So if I send it to my guy, before I send it to my guy, sometimes I use the audio enhancer to enhance my voice a little bit because I didn't use a proper microphone. So like to sound more or less like I use a proper microphone. Then you continue to do the filtering and all that. Then you're good to go. Yeah. So basically, that's what I do.
Well, awesome. 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 See a lot of questions here.
Wow.
Uh, okay. So if we're saying something else, since the account language doesn't have accentuations and a lot of specific special characters in text like the Ga and French language. How do you differentiate and decide the type of tree intonations or accent to use when your audience is not target specific?
When your audience is not target specific.
Yeah.
So, um, like I said earlier, example. So with the Wakana script, I wasn't told that we are targeting these people, but for the translation that I did and how I analyze the script, I already formed my target audience for the brand. So that's why I said I looked at people that are up to SHS. So they possibly didn't get a chance to go to university and they really want to talk to them. Or they still have purchasing power. You know, there are people who are rich, they still have the purchasing power. And they can do that thing. So I look at those people. So they're looking at Omowe Preman for Preman, yeah. Preman, yeah, or no anti proposal, but or score between the other coin. So that's how I saw the script to be like. And I need to talk to the Preman for like that. You know,
Yeah.
mostly when I'm reading these like these airlines, car rentals, like it's more or less like you're talking to them like the bourgeoisie, like the people who have the purchasing power. So you need to have some like my boss once told me you need to be classy. Your voice have to be like that's when you need to use your base. Like you need to use that base to talk to those people because you're commanding the voice. When they hear them commanding voices, they will pay attention to you. So for me, I form my own audience that if I don't get anything from my clients or they don't tell me to look at this and this and that. And most of the times to me, yeah, when I do it and I send it to them, well, they are like, it's cool. They like it. That's actually how they envision it to be like. Then I'm okay to do.
Okay, so again, she's asking if the target audience is specific, IKEA PIM, what do you do to assist yourself in maintaining the consistency if the script is long?
When a script is long, uh, it's to maintain the consistency when the script is long. So you have to know where to pause. It's the pausing and the breathing spaces that helps you to keep the consistency in what you're doing. Because if you are to still read in a very fast mode, like um you are reading in a speed mode, like or it's an entertainment, something like you are reading. I want to find a script for area code that time and for me to show it to you. For that script, you you still have to check the breathing space because if the thing is longer, it's a long script and that script is even for a TVC. You get it. So you have to know you still have to be having your breathing space so that you keep the consistency alive. If not, you just be reading out without any inflections or without any modulations. So you need to know your pauses. You need to know where to pause to keep the consistency. You need that space. Get you back on the track.
Okay. Again, she
Does that
says, okay. Yeah, you're looking for something, yeah?
does that answer the question?
She gave a thumb up, so I think,
Okay.
okay. And she says, I noticed that although the script is in Chi, but the translation is not really direct with words like internet and not profundity. Is it easy,
Uh,
is it an easy way out for the
for
voice actor?
other for it time, other for it time. So like I said,
Perfect.
that like I said, the they didn't give me that like what I say direction or rules to translate the script. I even did them a favor to translate the script for them. They were supposed to pay me for that translation, but they didn't. They only paid me for my voice. But because I was working with my organization, it's the money came through my organization before it got to me. So we still had to translate it for them. Now, the reason I didn't use the other for a time because I'm not talking to the local mass market who don't understand English. Like I said, I pictured people like who still have gone to school, but probably they didn't get that degree, or some of them got that degree, or they are rich and they still have the purchasing power. But from cancer. So for
Yeah.
those people, when they hear internet, they understand. When they hear sentence, they understand. Like sentence, I would have said Muchimbe Aswea, Ewo Kumasi, Takrade, and all those things. But I said I still maintain the sentence. I still maintain the internet because I know that I wasn't talking to the typical mass market group. I was talking to people who have a bit of class above the layman, the local people who can afford to travel outside.
Okay. When it comes to recording commercials like this, I noticed that phone numbers seem to be read with a certain count from the first four digits and then the next set in threes. Is that the unspoken rule for commercial ads like this, or is it solely by preference?
Yes. For me, that was what I was told by um my um my boss at the time. I was mentioning 333, the last four digits, but he told me you get the first four, the second three, the second three follows. I don't know if there is any rule or there's a constant rules or regulation that guides us on how to read or how to take the numbers. But for me, that's what I learned from my supervisor at the time, um, teaching me how to pick up the numbers and all that. So I pick up the first four, the second three. I think that gives that kind of
Talking to me.
that gives the what's the word to use? It gives that clarity. Yes, it gives that clarity for the numbers. So um if I mention 0202 so I need to find the script again. So if I said 024 243 5515, it doesn't really correlate with what we're doing. So it's the clarity is there. Like you mentioned the first four, the second three, and the last three. So 0242 435 515. I think that's a standard. So we have accepted it like that anyway.
Okay, Joshua is saying, please, can you type that in here? Sorry, but Joshua, what are you talking about, please? I don't get it. Okay, okay, Joshua, you can
Yeah,
ask.
so at the time, yeah, good evening, everyone. At the time, he was talking about something used to give the whole audio a studio feel, but I didn't get it like quite right. He said you go online and type audio something, but I didn't get the whole thing.
I'm sharing the screen. Let me share the screen to that. Um, so you get it's Adobe Audio Enhancer, or even if you type Audio Enhancer, it's gonna get you there. I'm sharing the screen, so you see it. This I've opened a lot of tabs in here. So this is the screen. You see, um, this is it. This is what comes. So this is what comes. So if I have, let me see if I have an audio here. Audio, this one. So that's the Adobe Audio Enhancer. It's a free,
Read exciting prices. What do you pay?
it's a free, what's the name? It's a free site. So I choose my file from here. Um, I choose my file. Can you see my screen, please? Hello.
Yes, we can see your screen. Yeah.
So I've dropped the file in here. It's processing this. It's enhancing the speech. So after it's done, I'll just download it and send it to my guy. Still enhancing anyway. So after it's done, I just download it and then I send it to my guy. That's the Adobe audio enhancer.
I think Edwin spoke about this thing during his session. It's the same
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
it says it's enhanced. So it should be so download. You see the download here? I download
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
in mine. And I get so it said Visa one enhanced. That's all. I go. If you want to use the I mean it's still I mean, you know, these people they still have the paid version for everything because it said the speech, the music and all, you get all of these benefits. Should you pay for it, pay for the subscription. So basically that's
Okay. So Kweku wants to know, how do you price translation?
ah, um so I think in fact if pricing it's relative, but I think in radio we price adverts based on words. The RPM, they price it based on the words. If it's 1 minute, this is how it should cost. It should be 25, should be 10 words. This is how it should cost. Your RPM must not be more than one page. And this is how it's cost. If your RPM is more than one page, they charge more. So like, and even when they're reading it adapt, they have a particular time, the time dots that when they read, some are even more expensive than the other ones. So pricing, pricing is a bit relative when it comes to translation or even the voiceover side. But I think you shouldn't charge depending on the company you're working with. Yeah, depending on the company. But if it's just you know some standard company and you're giving them a package, you shouldn't take anything less than even the least you should take is even between 800 cities to 1,000 Ghana cities. Translation is difficult. I'm not lie to you, especially if you want to do like not direct translation, but you are getting the tree right or the Ghana right. And it's very, very difficult because you are not doing direct translation. Direct translation, yeah, we don't even do those things because direct translation will get the meaning differently. But you first of all have to understand the script and then translate it in your own way that the next person that doesn't understand English have to understand it. So you see the people who read the news in the current language, they are doing so well. But the ones they are not even they don't understand English. But see, to because they are reading the news in the news that they read, it's in English, oh, but the translation is direct. For them, it is direct. They are looking at the script.
So whilst they're reading that thing in tree,
Yes,
this is
well,
in wow.
yes, so it's in English. The news that you see, the paper is in English, but she reading it, she's translating it into Tree.
Wow.
So first of all, you need to understand the whole story. You need to understand the story and the people you are targeting before you actually do the translation. So you have to price it. It's it's even difficult than the voiceover because you need to understand the words that you are writing, the words you are using. So if you are seeing me using internet, me and cranny, if you are seeing me using settings, me and cranny, and I feel I'm American Abe for time, and they are there, and the people I'm also targeting, they are not people who are local like that. But if I'm to talk to the local people, they'll not even give this script to me. They'll give it to somebody who is a tree person in the first place, who can actually get down to the people to understand it. So it's difficult. So like your list should even be like a 1K for translation. That's if the company is like is a normal standard company. But a company can see be more you have to hit them hard. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if
So yeah, you're saying something.
I don't know if that answers the question.
Well, cool.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Kweku.
Okay. So now let's send the file to your sound engineer. So when you're done with the audio, how do you package it? How do you send the files?
I send it in MP3.
MP3. Okay.
Then, I mean, it's already in MP3, so I send it to him as documents on WhatsApp, and he gets it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He does the fine tuning and everything, blah 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 for me, and then it comes out. But if because I'm working with YFM and we are also an agency, when we get this voiceovers thing, we we just go straight to the booth and we record it. So that one, I don't have to think about going to hide myself somewhere, going to do that. I just go straight to the booth and I record it. And then he does the editing and everything. I don't even touch it at all. He does everything. What I worry is that I'll just be there and I'll be listening. And if this doesn't go, it doesn't sit well with me, I have to correct it because before it gets to the client, it gets to my boss, my supervisor. And if it doesn't sit well with him, yeah, he has to reject it and I have to go do the voiceover again. So I have to make sure that there are certain times that we done voiceovers at the end, we just allow it to go. Okay, we know that the job we have done, Charlie, really encourage, but we just let it go. But when it goes and they don't bounce, like, hey, these people party, they didn't bounce this thing. Then Charlie, they don't even know what they want. Like, bro, like, so then take our time to do it proper for them. And we tell her, oh, so we sometimes we used to take small money. We're like, oh, so I think the first one we did probably was like, but we personally did this one to you and see what I feel like. Oh, I think this one sounds better than the first one. We like this one. Like, okay, then we take small money. Then that's the la sulala on the other side of the job.
Yeah, yeah,
But you don't have to be doing that anyway. So
yeah, yeah.
that's the side of the job. So we keep it.
Okay, so let's touch the business side. How do you price your work? How do you price your work? Do you have a rate card?
Yes, I do have a rate card. I do have a rate card, but as aforementioned, it sometimes depends on who is coming and the organization that is coming. For example, if MTN is reaching me for a voiceover, there's no way I'm going to charge MTN like 2,000 Ghana cedis or 3,000 Ghana cedis. But the funny thing is that, you see, these things, I did a voiceover for Fido, and it was brought to the thing came directly from Fido actually, but um, their marketing manager or the person who actually gave me the gig doesn't really understand how this thing works. So at that time, my pricing was something. They were actually calling a short. So they were telling
Yeah,
me that, oh, I'm going to pay you this amount of money for this thing because the script is a short script and all that. And I said, no, because mind you, it didn't come through the company. It has to come, it has come directly to me.
hmm,
So now I charge for sound engineer, I charge, and the sound engineer, we give that breakdown. We give breakdown for editing and recording. It's two things. We
yeah,
can record to you without even editing.
yeah,
So we break down to editing and recording, right? When we ask you, do you have the script? You have the script, okay, fine. So the recording, then we add artists, like the voiceover artist, which is me. So you pay for the voiceover. And sometimes when we want to really go out on you, we add like maybe some tax for studio fee. You get it?
yeah.
So just want to get it, like yes, like you need to pay the studio before we record.
But you're not being
So
hard. These are normal charges. And
exactly, these are normal charges, but they don't understand the the narrative. And if you are trying to explain to them, they feel like, oh, you are doing too much and all.
Yeah.
So I need to I need to let them understand this. And we give them the breakdowns and all that, this and this and this. So we charge according to who is coming. So if it is Fido, my last Fido recording I did was like, I think I did, it was in 2022 at the time. And at that time I'm like a year or two, like I've come into the mainstream industry. I've started my voiceover. So they pay me like 3,000 Ghana cedis
Mm.
for I think two recordings that I did
Okay.
for two at a time. So if it is now, if you don't want to come to me, I'm not charging them 3,000 Ghana cedis. I'll charge them more than 3,000 Ghana
Yeah.
cedis.
Yeah.
They cannot. Right now, I'm not even afraid to lose the contract or like to let it go again. At first, because I was just trying to, I feel I'm a bad, so I want to get the like my voice out there and get
Yeah.
all of that. You just be taking anything that's becoming. But right now, like I don't even think about those things again. Like
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it just go. So yes, my pricing it sometimes depends on but the basic you shouldn't take less than a thousand cities right now for a voiceover. You shouldn't take less than 1,000 cities. If like yeah, as an entry, you shouldn't take less than 1,000 cities. Unless the person is your friend and you're like you want to do it. But remember, if it's through an agency or if it's through an agency that is coming to you, they'll pay you less than 1,000 Ghana cedis. I mean, if I mean, Prince, you can bear witness to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll, the agency themselves will say, oh, the clients the clients actually budgeted for like 1,500 or 1,000 cities, and they are actually taking their agency fee and whatsoever. So they'll strike it down with you and they'll pay you
Yeah.
less than maybe before you get like an 800 or the least you get is maybe a 500 Ghana cedis. That's what they need. That's what you need.
I'll never take less than 1,000.
Exactly. Yeah, like you shouldn't take less than 1,000 cedis
Yeah. Yeah.
as an incoming voice artist. You shouldn't even take less than 1,000 cedis. So,
Okay. So what advice would you give to uh any voiceover artist who is trying to enter the global market, go beyond
um,
Ghana?
yeah. Listen, try to have a different mentor, not just in Ghana. I was watching Jane the Virgin. I didn't know that there was this guy called Anthony Mandez. The voice, like bro, the voice was so good. Like
Yeah.
Jane Mariana Goriana was 2 years old. Jane was, I was like, wow, yo, this is at that time I've just started. Like I was like, wow, Charlie, I like this narration thing. I like how it go. So I started looking for that guy. I searched him out on Twitter. I got him. I started like looking, searching his videos and the narration he's been doing and all that. Like, okay, there's this guy that did Sweet Tooth. I don't know if you've actually watched Sweet Tooth on Netflix. His voice sounded like an old man, like an old man's voice, but it was so good and it was giving me that clarity, giving me the narration and the storyline. So unless I don't hear or I don't see a narration in a not the American ones, so the American ones, like Chris Rock, like what's the name? Every day, everybody hates Chris. That's Chris Rock doing his own narration. For those American ones, the narration that they do is like they are telling their own story, and it's not like a professional voiceover kind of style. America have their own way of doing their comedy kind of vibes. But
Mm.
when you watching like those movies, they have a very way of doing their voice. And there's this red pepper guy. I think the last time you even posted him
Yes.
on
Yes.
sorry if I'm mentioning guys because I'm a guy, so I look up to more male voiceover artists. So they're the ones I look up to. Like Red Pepper, I see his voiceover. I listen to his story. I was like, oh, this is good. He was just a trainee. Someone who was a like rap for a train, and then he was given an announcement. A journalist heard his voice, took him to the studio, did some one or two recordings, and boom, that was it. He's done over 1,000 movie trailers for movies and all that. So I think you should start looking beyond Ghana, start to look out for voiceover artists that you can relate with. There are a lot of them you can think of. There are lots of them. So when you find somebody that you think you can relate with, you just monitor that person, learn from that person. When I was learning to become a radio presenter, there were lots of radio presenters, but the person that I learned from was Lexis Bill. Like 2 to
Mm.
PM on Joy, you always get me listening to Lexus. You always get me. But however, I was monitoring all other presenters who were actually into drive time. I learned from Caleb Boy because Caleb is always into research, digging people's background, surprising them during their interview and all those things. So I was learning a bit from almost everybody. But the one I loved his presentation style was Lexus Bill. So that was it. Even as a hype, like doing hype MCs, I don't I look beyond. I look beyond Ghana. There's this Nigerians. I always tell people that Ghanaians we don't even know how to hype too much, but the Nigerians are like the core hype MCs. From Elite
Yeah,
Black, Hype Monster to Voltage of Hype. All of these people, they tell stories. They can look at you today and make a story out of you and
yeah,
remind you they are the hype men. We are just being was it the young call revive no, those things. So we all have to like have a mentor. First of all, have a mentor and then practice. It's good to it there's nothing wrong to copy somebody, but after a while, you have to find your voice. There's
yeah,
nothing wrong with somebody. There's nothing wrong to sound like somebody when you're starting, but after a while, you find your voice. So that is basically it. And practice. You have to practice it. Like go mad. I always tell people, go mad, like go crazy, go mad, because like and you know what you want. And see, it just take one voice to break you through everything. It just take one voice like this to make you have your breakthrough. Maybe today you are doing the petty ones. And remember, if you treat the job as a hobby, it also treats you as a hobby. Um, I'm treating hype MCing as a hobby. Maybe I'm treating voiceovers too as a hobby. And maybe I'm just focusing on my radio and my media executive thing I'm doing at Global Media Alliance. Okay, fine. But if you treat the job as a hobby, it will treat you as a hobby. So once in a while, you will get some chop. But the people that will chop so well is the people that are doing the 247. So you have to make a decision. If this is what you really want to do, you have to give your full attention to it. You have to go hard. Because I realized that people who sometimes I even think I'm even better than them in the MC, but that's their 247 job. I cannot come and say that I have to go and I have to be on that stage because that I'm better than that person. That is 247 job. He has taken it as his job. So the job is not treating him as a hobby. He's getting the opportunities and all that. Me too, possibly what I'm focusing on today may actually help me in the next years or anything of that sort because so it's corporate, it's whatever. But don't treat the job as a hobby. You need to treat it like as a full-time job. Even if you have a professional job you're doing and you still want to attach the voiceover to it, that is okay. And make sure you're promoting yourself every time on social media. Make sure you are rehearsing. Um, you are telling people about your voiceover journey all of the times. Social media is the new key to blow right now. So like that is it. Look out for billboards when you're around, when you're walking on the street, take a picture of the billboard. When you get home, try to rehearse, try to talk to it like you're yeah, they themselves have called you to do that voiceover for them. You do it, you record, you put the same billboard to it, you add the voice to it, and then you just post it on Instagram, anywhere, and tag them. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. One day, there's this lady, Lane. She one day saw my video. I was doing, but I even started this behind the scenes what we actually go through in voiceover as a voiceover artist and all that. I did the first one. That actually made me had a lot of followers on TikTok. I did the second one, boom, it went out there. And then guess what? I stopped. I wasn't even doing it again. And somebody actually picked up. And then Lane was doing it. Lane has been doing it for like for some time. But I also see that she's also not really doing it like how she used to do because probably she's working hard somewhere and it has taken her time. So she got this thing, was the Indomie asked her, like they just brought her a present because she did a sample of a sample voice for Indomie and she tagged them and all that. So all you need to do is you just keep rehearsing, keep practicing, just be telling people your journey. You can be doing behind the scenes. If I praise one thing I was even I even thought of doing a concept is like the facial expressions that goes on our faces when we are reading the voiceovers. Because you
Yeah.
know, character, you're putting in the character. So you can
I saw your face when you were doing the monster, the read.
that's I was like, hey, yo, everybody, welcome to my podcast. This is like this is the facial. So I'm giving this is even a podcast I'm giving people right now. So yeah, just focusing on the faces. So you tell people not to even look at your voice again. Your voice can sound horrible, you can get the inflections right, but just your face, like your face, how our faces look like. Our faces
Yeah.
look like monster voiceover. We're reading a voiceover that is sad. We're reading the ones that were kind of making mellow a little bit and all that. So the facial expressions are all parts of it. So there are a
Yeah.
lot of concepts and contents that we can look at. There's this Ojo guy. Look at him. He's mimicking. He's like, we are this, yeah, blah, blah. Well,
Yeah.
but he's making it out there. Like he's just using the voice of a thing. And look, when your voice of artist, but he just
I
to
mean,
do his own content and all that. So
yeah.
we that we say we are voiceover artists, we that is part of our profession, it's part of our brand. We need to take it serious. And that is one of the things I actually wrote for myself this year. Like, look, I need to take this thing like hard, go hard this year, do more voiceovers. Even if I'm not getting contracts from anybody, rehearse a lot of times, do the behind the scenes thing and push it to social media and all of those things. I was like, okay, cool. I'm doing my stuff plan. I'm rolling in April. Like I'm just going hard and hard and hard. So that is it. So you have to do it. You don't have to use it as a hobby. Don't treat it as a hobby. If you treat it as a hobby, then job will also treat you as a hobby. You be there, you just like, oh, me they be a voiceover artist, so but somebody that is somewhere there pushing so hard, you think you are better than that person, but that person is getting the gigs, is getting the all of the gigs, is getting
Yeah.
the big and all that. But you and I think, oh, you are professional, you are better than the person because you are treating the job as a hobby. It's also treating you as one. Once in a while, also one baby. So that's basically it.
Wow. Great advice there. Great advice. Guys, do you have any questions for Adjele? Any questions? Questions time.
Uh, I mean, any question for me, please? Hey, I
Okay.
only free from the hot seat. Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Okay. Okay. So there are no questions. What's one thing you wish you knew when you started voiceovers for the first time?
I wish I it's like I in fact I wish I knew how to do the technical side of it. Like I wish I knew how to like do all of this sound engineering bits and everything. I don't have to rely on anybody to help me
Yeah.
do this thing and all that. Because you know why? When you when you know everything in the job you're doing, you don't get to share any dividend or any share with somebody. The money all comes to
Yeah.
all you have to use third
You don't want
parties.
to share your money, eh?
Oh, all you have to use third parties. Like remember, bro, the person the person that is coming to you thinks that, oh, so you know how to do the thing. Like from oh no, who say you're the sound engineer and everything, oh, you are everything. So it's just they're just giving you one fee. Okay. So they're like they're just giving you one fee. But you in your mind, you know that no, you need a sound engineer, you need all of these things because then you have to charge higher than that, which is so standard, which is so okay. So if I know how to do all of these things at the time, like, yo, bro, I think that would be so good on my side. That would be like, I think it's one of the things I'm trying to learn. I mean, Audacity is not enough.
Mm.
I'm trying to focus on the key base, um, get back my microphones and everything, my sound, just at my place, and so I don't need to travel. I don't need to go to Laboni or come to Asalam down to meet my person to record and all those things. All I need to do, I've just done everything by myself. But I think working with people too is okay because you need a third party to tell you that, hey, I think if you had done it this way, it's good. Remember, when you're done with the recording, don't send it to your client as soon as possible. Please send it to your friends. Send it to your friends. Like send it to the ones that you know that will criticize you. Will say that look, when they want you cry. Send it to those ones for them to give you the feedback before you send it to your friends. If three of your friends out of five says it's good, look at the other two and ask them what's actually not good. When they give you their feedback and you think it's okay to go with it, you correct it, then you add it to it. And when you're done, send it to that same five and see if you're going to get that same five all right. If they are all right, just let it go and leave up to God. Everything is okay, and you'll be good. There are some clients that will call you, oh, I need this job ASAP, 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 which is sometimes it's good to do ASAP job, but tell them that you need some time to go through the script and all that. And if they don't understand, you just like let it go. Give yourself some few hours. If you're also a one taker person and you think you are okay to go with it, take the challenge and God will help you out. So I wish I learned to do all of the technical side and everything. And I wish I knew I was a voiceover artist when I was 18 years. Like
Yeah.
I will say a bantam. Like I will say a
Yeah.
bantam. Like that's the thing. Yeah. But all the same, we are still learning and we hope to grow in the industry like our predecessors who have started and they are doing so well in the industry. So we hope to get there.
Okay, so Joshua wants to know whether you charge per duration or by words.
So we charge per duration. We charge per duration. So we give you the words. Your words must not be because 1 minute or 30 second voice has a certain number of words. So if your your 30 seconds scripts, at least it should not be more than 50 words. Because it's 30 seconds, it should not be more than 50. If it is 1 minute, it can be more than 50 words. Or let's say maximum 80, 70 words. Yeah, you're okay. And at least it should not be just up to one page. 1 minute up to one page. 30 seconds, like half of a page. So you are good to go with that. Simple. So we charge per duration. 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 1 minute, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 1 minute or 2 minutes, those things. When it's for 1 minute and above, they are doing a short documentary. Because commercial, the radio doesn't take up to like it's 60 seconds. 60
Seconds,
seconds.
yeah.
After one, you are doing the documentary. So you just focus on the 60 seconds, 45 seconds, 30 seconds, you are good. So after the 1 minute, the rest is a documentary. So if you are saying, oh, we want it to be 1 minute, 30 seconds, bro, it is documentary. Charge them documentary fee.
Documentary price. Yeah.
So give them documentary price and they'll pay. Tell them that one after 1 minute of every recording, tell them that it's a short documentary you are doing for them. I mean, people do documentary up to 1 minute, 30 seconds. So why not? It's a short documentary, so you take the money and it's a cool job. So we charge based on the 30 seconds, 45, 60 seconds. You are good to go. That's all.
Okay. Actually, so that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much, bro, for making the time for us today. Really, really, really appreciate it. And we celebrate you. You are one of our best voiceover artists, MC, radio presenter, man. All in one, Charlie.
I'm humbled.
Multi-talented.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled. I'm humbled. In fact, bro, I
Yeah.
still need to join that class. I'm going to join that class in the second session because there are a lot of things to learn. So I know you're going to do some in the middle of the year, and so I'll join that when you're starting. So please forgive those of us who cannot join the early ones. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
join them. and give us discounts so that we'll join that. We'll join some.
Oh, okay, okay. It'd be nice having you on, bro. It'd be nice having you
But
on.
but to tell it immediately. I mean, I
Ja-
appreciate the opportunity. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
I'm glad to be a part of this community. I want to say big thank you to Seraphine because I think I saw this community on a post one time. She joined and
Yeah.
then I think kindly add me to this community. I really needed to be a part of a voice community. And when Jay Foley came the last time, I was telling him I reached out to Jay Foley's studio since GNG time, since 2018 when I started want to become a voiceover artist. I reached out to them. I think most of the times I wasn't getting back my bills and all that, so I needed to find my own way out. And I think this community has given me that sense of belonging. I know that I actually belong to a certain group of people, if not for my church, my work, I have Ghana voiceover artists, which is good. I appreciate.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. A to the D and the J. Guys,
The way I actually sign up or I actually do my interview, like
oh, that's what you do.
Adjele-Bi Darku, like it's
Oh, okay,
actually
okay, 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 okay. Now I get it.
I know where it's coming from. I know
Oh,
where it's coming.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay, bro.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And guys, thank you. Thank you for participating. And we'll catch you in the next one.